Once again, I gotta go off at fucking apes. Fuck, it sickens me. You know, because look, I don't have anything against black people in America, but I just get sick of, you know, real weird fuck niggas like Marcus Sanders, who calls himself Tariq Nasheed. And his latest fucking broadcast, it was fucking horrible. You know, because he's just going on with all this bullshit about brainwashing black Americans about fucking shit about history that never happened. There's no records of it, and he's just making it up. Because it seems like what him and his team are doing is going through records, seeing that there's some suggestion that something like this might have happened. They're running with it and blowing it way out of proportion and making, black people in historical times seem hella glorious, which is fucking ridiculous. Absolute shit. You know, he says things like the Pirates of the Caribbean were the Moors who escaped from the Spaniards and were kicking the Spaniards' ass and taking their gold and all this. Really? I can't believe he'd even say some shit like that. That's some fucking dumb shit if ever I heard it. Not only that, but like, where were I supposed to post up at? And they were already defeated by that fucking time in early 1500s. They were already um, captives under the Spanish crown, or most of them were already expelled to Morocco and Algeria. So it's just fucking horseshit, absolute shit. Also, another thing that he said, which I thought was stupid, was that there's three groups that make up this bullshit fucking term, foundational black Americans, which is the dumbest fucking term, and I've already explained three reasons why that term is absolute shit. First of all, foundation is what you walk on, so that means anybody can walk all over you. Second of all, you can't be a founder of anything if you're in a slave class, so both of them already make sure that it's out well and truly. And thirdly, if you're so fucking glorious, like Jared Taylor said, go and stop treating white people like your caretakers and that. Get out of their cities. Go and build yourself some shit with all your fucking degeneracy and illegitimacy and drug abuse and people in jail and all that. I'm sure they're going to build something glorious. So pathetic. And anyway, he says there's three groups that make this up. Indigenous people to North America. Now, here's the fucking thing that pisses me off about that part of it. Now, with Indigenous people around the world, we've got our own creation story, so we know where we come from and all this shit and how we came to be. Where the fuck is these blackfellas who are indigenous to North America? Where's their creation story? See, that's why he keeps saying 500 years as FBA. Because he doesn't have any fucking records of it. He's got nothing, so he's just got to make it up as 500 years. Now, you can't be indigenous to a place if you just came there 500 years ago, because it's fucking shit. And these maroons. Now, there's no records of any maroons in the United States. There's records of them down in places like Brazil and Colombia and Suriname in South America. Maybe some other places, but not in the United States. And he wants to turn around and say some shit like, oh, the white people were decimating the Native Americans. I said, what? Get the fuck out of here. I said, when white fellas get there, this is well known, even though white fellas don't like to admit this, when they first got there, they had to become friends with the Native American people because they didn't know the place. So they had to become friends with them, you know. And so what ended up happening is if you look at a lot of these Indian wars, what the white people would do, and what they're still doing today, is they take both sides of a war. And so they were pretending to be on either side of Native American people, but just getting them to decimate each other. And then they were coming in with smallpox and that. That's how the fucking white fellas killed off Native Americans. Got nothing to do with, oh, they were just decimating them. So that's fucking shit. So you can kill yourself on that front. Then he turns around and says, oh, well, the Seminoles were black Maroons who came in with Native American group, and, oh, we were kicking white fellas ass. I'm thinking, fuck off. Oh, we were going to take over the country. Really? That's when you know this motherfucker's talking complete horse shit, because there'd be fucking records of it. You know, absolute fucking bullshit. Oh, and the black fellas were the ones who helped the white fellas go out west and with all these westerners and all these cowboys and all that. Really? All the records you see, there's no black fellas in there. No black fellas out in the western times and all that. No black fellas around there being around all of that shit. Fuck all. Nothing. you know, and some other shit he said. Oh, the Muskesha Indians in Nicaragua. Now, it's well known fact that they were maroons there or descendant of slave blackfellas who mixed in with the Native Americans there. They're like a Creole class. Them and the Garifuna and that down in Belize and that, you know, and Honduras and Guatemala and that. They got fuck all to do with being indigenous to that place. Oh, but they were the ones who created the name America. And oh my God, all the brainwashing. Because this is what I don't fucking like. Because what he's doing is he's doing what white supremacists are doing. He's taken advantage of the fact that you got black lowlives over there, you know, who were pretty much on their way to being sociopaths, and he's given them something to hate on, and he's boosting their ego up and all that, and trying to say we're hard done by and we're a glorious group and all that, rallying up so they can get fucking deleted. And I don't give a fuck if his flying monkeys that, you know, are on his side want to go out there and get themselves killed. I don't care. But it's innocent black fellas over there that I don't want, because, like, what will end up happening is these white fellas and everybody else will get sick of these type of fuck niggers. They'll kill them off, and then they'll start killing off innocent Negroes over there because they're sick of what's coming up now and what's brewing now with this shit. So this motherfucker needs to be cancelled. He needs to be taken out. We don't need any more of this brainwashing fucking dog shit. And yeah, it's just foul. It's not needed, and we should make motherfuckers like this redundant because it's just some punk shit. And you know, because that's another thing too. He just doesn't like white fellas and that because they took over the pickup artistry game, and he developed a chip on his shoulder from being into the streets early on in his life. So that's why he's got a real negative way about him in that regard. You know, and I notice another thing too is when anybody tries to argue on his points, he starts with the ad hominems and just tries to drown them and flick them off. And, you know, that's some punk bitch shit right there. And like Janice Garcia, he's got all this feminine fuckboy energy and all that. You know, and even when you hear him talk and all that, he sounds like a fucking moist bitch. So, you know, like, really? We don't need any more of this bitch shit. It's fucking pathetic. Wow. Another fucking epic rant. I'm going to make another one about these flying monkeys after this soon too. But anyway, I'm out.